JYNXI'S fans turned on him. I saw the title of this. We've recently started watching this content creator. I still don't know how to say his name. I almost said Navi. That's crazy. I'm curious what this video is about because what's going on here? JYNXI, like what happened? I used to watch JYNXI'S clips a while back, but I haven't heard too much about him these days. I know he's doing like Clash Royale content, right? Something like that. So I want to get educated. Let's find out. The original video will be in the top link in the description. Please go support the original video, the original content, and the original content creator. Let's get into it. Let's see.
Leaning towards women, but I'm not totally ruling out dudes either. So that's the only time I'm gonna say that.
Okay.
Recently, a bunch of people
all right, hold up. Now we gotta turn it up. So many videos are like very quiet. I think it's just me though, in the way I have my thing set up. All right, here we go.
Right now, I'm leaning towards women. But I'm not totally ruling out dudes either. So that's the only time I'm going to say that.
Recently, a bunch of people have been very upset at JYNXI, with a large part of his fan base turning on him purely because he's coming out as bi. That might not even be true itself. A lot of people are genuinely upset about it to the point that they are over here
Wait, this is why? This is why? Wait, no way.
comment sections, making entire TikTok videos talking about how they cannot watch them just because JYNXI might not be straight. It's
oh my god! What is happening? What? This can't be real.
really sad to see, and all came from a misconception of him trying to make a joke. But I'm not going to ramble on too long, so why don't we start with who even is JYNXI for some of you that might not be aware.
By the way, are you single?
The GOAT. That's what you. I'm just kidding.
Bro. Well, I mean, I'm thinking about being gay. Yep. All right. I'm ready. What? I'm thinking about being gay.
You thinking about being gay?
Well, I just think
you know, just you know.
I always have like in my life, right? I always have my closest bonds with dudes, bro, like my friends. So I just been thinking about it because, you know, girls never works out, bro. I'm telling you. Bro, it's because girls don't think, like, hear me out. Girls do not think.
No, just cut right there. Just cut right. You don't need to say anymore. Just cut right there.
The same way that guy, like girls and guys think different. Bro. So I think like if you're gay, you think like if I'm gay, I think like my boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? And it's not. Do you know what I'm saying though? Like I think girls and guys are just wired
like, bro, what?
different. Like they think different, bro. And I think it's easier to bond, man.
Surprisingly enough, that's not even the clip people are pointing out to say that he is bi/gay. But for anybody who's unaware, JYNXI is a very popular streamer who blew up off of Rainbow Six Siege, and a lot of people enjoy his gaming content, mainly him reviewing clips that people would send him, and sometimes even hosting tournaments for Rainbow Six Siege. More recently, he's been playing Clash Royale, hosting tournaments there as well, 1v1ing other streamers, and genuinely providing content that seems like a bunch of people enjoy.
Well, he's a pretty entertaining and funny guy, just straight up. Like I said, I love the clips. I think I tuned into his stream once in a while back then. He's a genuinely great streamer. Like he's really good.
One of the top 20, top 50 streamers in the world on Twitch, and genuinely has a lot of fame. But recently, a large part of his fan base has genuinely been mad at him and turning on him, really because of a clip of him saying that he would talk to guys and is not ruling them out because it hasn't been working out with women.
Chat, multiple times, bro. I'll say this. I am a heterosexual male, but I've thought about being gay, bro. So I'm right now I'm in a limbo.
Hold on. No, hold on.
Right now I'm leaning towards.
Bro, what heterosexual man has not thought about that? Let's be listen. Let's be honest for 2 seconds with ourselves and each other. Everybody's thought about it. Come on now. Come on.
Heterosexual.
Be honest.
Male.
Be honest with yourself.
But I've thought about being gay, bro. So right now I'm in a limbo. But right now I'm leaning towards women. But I'm not totally ruling out dudes either. So that's the only time I'm going to say that. But that's exclamation mark sexuality.
Now, I originally saw this clip before it had a lot of traction, and
that just sounds like him making a joke that just wasn't very good. You know? That's what it sounds like to me, but we'll see.
Say that, but that's exclamation mark sexuality.
Now, I originally saw this clip before it had a lot of traction, and genuinely, I just thought it was JYNXI trolling. Probably like most people, even if he was being serious, I have the normal opinion of, it doesn't matter if JYNXI was gay, bi, or wanted to identify.
Who gives a shit? Yeah, exactly. Bro, how does that affect you as a viewer? What the fuck? What did I just do? What happened? Yo, updates and recovery, bro. That's crazy.
You felt like, because at the end of the day, that has nothing to do with me and will not have an effect on any of his content, which is the main reason people enjoy him.
Yeah.
Just because he is bi does not mean he's all of a sudden going to stop playing Clash Royale and just abandon all of his content or become less funny. And that's the normal opinion I would want people to have. But we have some people over here making TikToks and even some people in comment sections saying the most wildest, stupidest things in the entire world, like this.
All right, bro. So I just found out Jinxie has just came out as bi, bro. Like, are we dead? First it was Sketch, bro. Now Jinxie too. Like, what? I'm not even joking either, bro. If you don't believe me, stop the video right now and search up.
This has to be. This is a troll. This is a troll. This guy's not being serious. Come on now.
Jinxie bi.
Come
bro.
on now.
I don't watch either of these dudes to begin with. They're both balls, so at least it was one of them, bro, and not somebody I actually watch. This new generation of streamers, bro. Like, can we?
This guy's rage baiting,
bro. Out of hand. Like, we need some new people to save this generation of streaming, bro, because they're in the wrong direction. Somebody please save me. We can't keep doing.
This guy's rage baiting straight out his ass, bro.
You lost me, bro. On to queso, crying, laughing emoji. If this is real, I'm never watching this again. Not watching, bro, anymore. Oh yeah, I'm not watching anymore. Rare Jinxie L. Glad I don't watch bro anymore. I feel like it was pretty obvious that Jinxie was trolling and not being serious, but even if he was being serious, the question has to be answered. Why do these people care so much? Like, this is genuine.
If those were comments under the rage bait, then I don't give a fuck. Like, they're just, you know what I mean? They're probably rage baiting too.
Behavior. And the fact that they are genuinely being openly homophobic and just thinking that the majority of people are going to agree with them makes it even worse, because not only are a bunch of new fans of Jinxie coming in and supporting him, but also people that have already been fans of Jinxie are coming out and demeaning these comments, saying that they are really dumb, saying that they're stupid, to the point where other content creators who probably barely know anything about Jinxie are coming out and speaking on the situation because of how dumb the reaction from a bunch of people are.
There's this clip of Jinxie that's been getting really popular recently, where he says that he's open to the idea of experimenting with men. In that clip, he says that he's a heterosexual male, but he's thinking about the idea of doing things with dudes. And the reaction that some of his fans have had is genuinely frying me, because there are dudes that are unironically on some bull.
Oh, I can't support Jinxie anymore. We lost.
It sounds like I don't believe this, but I want to see some evidence besides that one rage baiting dude. You know what I mean?
One of the good ones, boys. Oh, looks like it's time to find a new internet celebrity to form a parasocial relationship.
Genuinely, bro, who gives a... Why are you as a man worried so much about what another dude is thinking about? He hasn't done anything, he's thinking about it, and you're making such a giant big...
Is this a fucking psyop? We're over halfway through the video. There's been no evidence of anybody being upset about this.
If Jinxie became gay today, if Jinxie dropped an OnlyFans video with Sketch where he's in the ass, what effect would that have on...
I'm paying hella money to see that, you know what I'm saying? Anyway.
Your day-to-day life? And more importantly, what effect would that have on his Clash Royale streams? You wouldn't notice a difference. I'm not a huge fan of streamers. The only Jinxie content that I consume are the clips that show up on my For You page. But the moral of the story here is, why would you give a if he's open to the idea of experimenting with dudes? If he was gay, what effect would that have on your real life, where you just can't stomach the fact of supporting him anymore? It's so not funny. That deep. Moral of the story, homophobia is lame. And if you find yourself struggling with that take and you really...
Having any sort, like, why would you hate somebody based on some shit that they can't control? Like, what the fuck? It just doesn't, it's just stupid. It's
can accept it. It might be time to do some self-reflection.
A bunch of people on TikTok and across other platforms did come together to support Jinxie, having him even notice it because it would be hard not to. The original clip got over like 1 million views. A bunch of people who were reposting about it, talking about it, got millions and millions of views and likes, comments, with people sharing it to multiple other people. The point where, of course, he had to see it and say something. And what he said will surprise nobody, but it was just the fact that not only is he not gay and not bi and not any of that, he was obviously just making a joke, and he doesn't condone.
So this is a nothing burger. Got
anybody that's being weird or homophobic because of what he said.
What's up, chat? So around 2 days ago, everybody in my comment section just started flooding saying that I'm bisexual now. Now, basically what did happen was I said that because I can't get a girlfriend, I might try dudes. And everybody like took me literally and then thought I was being serious, which is my fault. But no, I'm not bi. Shout out to everybody that is bi, though, because that is awesome. Alright.
Obviously,
that's a great dude. See, that's how you respond to controversy, dude. Classic Jinxie W, bro. Classic Jinxie W. This is why I love his
Jinxie isn't taking it that
Well, I don't love his
seriously.
content. I just gotta say it again. I love the clips that I see him. I find him to be a very entertaining streamer. You know,
because at the end of the day, he knows he's not bi. He sees that a bunch of people are supporting him, calling out people who are being weird, even putting his support for people that are bi. And the general consensus is literally just going to be, if you are being homophobic and thinking that you're a streamer, like...
Okay, I'm guessing that this guy that I'm watching, Novelly, just isn't going to show examples. I'm just going to assume that there were a lot of actual examples of somebody being homophobic, or sorry, a lot of people being homophobic. Because I totally believe that listen, hey, I totally believe that happened. That is not something it's hard to believe at all. But I like to see, you know, proof of stuff. But I'll just go with the assumption right now that there is a ton of evidence of that.
Men and not even doing anything at the end of the day, just saying that he's thinking about talking to guys is affecting you or making it so you can't watch his content. You are a weirdo. We need to look in the mirror and do any type of self-reflecting or just look inward and to see.
Yeah, this thing is nobody does that. Right? Nobody does that. I've said this before and I'll say it for the 1,000th time. I can't even, the 1,000th, you know? I can't even fucking say it right. If everybody on the planet, I'm just going to say the US because that's all I know, right? If everybody in the US took 15 minutes out of their day to stare at blankly at a wall and just let their mind go for those 15 minutes, our country would be 1,000 times better overnight. Immediately everything would change. It's just that a majority of people literally do not think. They actually just don't think. Like, that's actually what's going on, right? Everywhere you go, you can find a distraction now, so you don't have to think at all. And if you're somebody who thinks a lot, there are probably, at least my understanding is, that there's a lot of people out there who have a hard time thinking. I know that sounds insane, right? But that exists. You know what I'm saying? So it's not that I say that they don't because they're constantly distracted. So if you would literally just take 15 minutes, that's all that it would take. You know, and then over time, you'd probably want to do more because you'd be like, oh, this is interesting. My brain's kind of interesting. There's a lot going on up there. You know, if you were to just take 15 minutes out of your day to stare at a wall and think, the world will be a better place. I recommend that literally everybody does that. Just grab your phone, set a 15-minute timer, put it face down on a table, stare at a wall, let your brain go. Think about whatever's maybe troubling you, whatever. I know this is like people say meditation. I'm not talking about meditation. Meditation's like blanking your mind and like, you know, no, this is just thinking. Just let your brain go. Let it think. You know what I'm saying? Stop coping. Let it think. The world would be, or the US would so many things would just stop being a problem, you know? It's crazy. Let's go. Let's keep it going.
Talking to guys is affecting you or making it so you can't watch his content. You are a weirdo. We need to look in the mirror and do any type of self-reflecting or just look inward and to see why that would matter so much, because it literally doesn't affect you. But obviously it doesn't stop there. That was something he posted on TikTok, but at the end of the day, he is a streamer. So he went on stream to, you know, casually announce to the fact that he isn't bi as well there, while obviously making some jokes along the way.
For sure.
That I'm bi. Chat, y'all are gonna type cap. I've never dated a dude. I've never kissed a dude. Have I grabbed a dude? Sure. Has a dude grabbed my? Sure. That's all real. Chat, I'm not bi, dude. Shout out to anybody who is bi, though, bro. But chat, I'm not bi, bro. I'm not bi. Bro, a bunch of people think I'm bi now. And I don't really care. I don't really mind. But I said, the dude has grabbed my 100%. We've all been there, bro. Chat, can I get
Is he saying cock or ass? Because if he's saying cock, I have not been there.
Cat. Chat, it's not. Chat, I'm not bi. But yes, bro, if anybody in here is bi, bro.
He's just making some jokes about
shout
it.
out to y'all, bro. Shout out to y'all.
At the end of the day, the part of JYNXI'S fan base that turned on him is a part of his fan base that doesn't need anyway, because they are weirdos, cornballs, and homophobic at the end of the day. And I don't think he's going to miss them. And I think the core fan base that he has, which is a majority of the people who think normally, are still going to support him regardless if he did come out as bi, gay, or anything else. At the end of the day, though, that is just how I feel. If you want to tell me how you feel, the best way to do it would be the comment section down below. If you did enjoy this video, maybe consider giving it a like. And if you enjoy content like this, then maybe consider subscribing. So posts like
Facts.
this every single week. Don't miss out on a single upload if you hit that bell icon because you'll be notified the millisecond a video goes live. That's enough for me. I'll miss you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Dude, great video by Novely. This is a new, like, I guess he's kind of a pretty small content creator. Obviously, much bigger in comparison to me. Jesus. But, you know, definitely go support him. The original video will be in the top link in the description. That's just sad, man. Just goofy behavior from people, for real.